Hello, everyone. It's so funny that I've been trying to think of a way to make a video to explain how the forces at B takes advantage of the star Dallas and for monetary gain or whatever. And last night's game, like it delivered everything right there in one game. And I'm going to explain what I'm talking about. Please, I never tell you to share a video. Please share this video throughout the Cowboy Nation because it's something that we need to understand, because we need to understand how we're being used for monetary gain. All right. Last night was, I call it the night when narrative and reality collided. We got a overhyped team that had a quarterback that spent capital on a quarterback. You don't get picked as high as without talent. So, was he overhyped by the draft? Who knows? Who knows? I wish somebody would take a stats of how many times the scouts are wrong, because they're so wrong every year. And then we go back and we believe them again and they're wrong, and we believe them again and they're wrong. But he did have some type of talent. But instead of working with this talent and trying to develop this talent that you put your resources in, they believe the media narrative in they're a quarterback away. They're a quarterback away. So the whole thing last night around the Jets were born from the media saying they're a quarterback away. They're a quarterback away, which you just should have said they're a good team, because they're literally a good team. Why don't you talk about all the talent that's on that team rather than quarterback away? So they bought into that hype, spent resources on. I don't know if you guys watched Aaron Rodgers last year. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see him last year, but if you did, he was a bad quarterback. He was making bad reads, bad throws. That last game versus Detroit, he was horrible. And I don't know how. That's what I was trying to say. How can this guy that played this bad last year go to this new team and take them up from here? This is because they need me to narrow. All they need is a quarterback. So all this happened during the offseason. It was a lot. It was a lot. And they tried to go that easy route with Aaron Rodgers because you don't have to manage him. We can go and do all our other stuff or whatever. And like I said, I don't know where they got that from. The whole summer, I told this to everybody all summer. Where are the crying Green Bay fans? Where are the crying Green Bay fans? If this was a big get for the Jets, Green Bay should be like, man, they fine in Green Bay. They fine. So instead of being in, that's why I hate to say this. That's why I can't get on with the Trey Lance hype, because it's very similar. It's just hype, and he came along with a bunch of there was no tears in San Francisco. They weren't throwing any chairs when we got Trey Lance, but instead of he came with a narrative of he didn't get a chance, he needs new surroundings, he was third overall, all that stuff. That's fine and dandy. I need to see him play. Once he play, you'll see Shango go. That's how my brain works, because I can't trust scouts. I can't trust what they're writing down, because you don't know why they're writing those things down. You don't know what's going on in that person's brain. So last night, the NFL had, instead of being in a wait and see mode with Rodgers, they hyped up Rodgers to new team with the Super Bowl, yada, yada, yada. Amazing arm, but he ain't Tom Brady. But they had real stories already there. And because the NFL is full of real stories every year, real organic, natural stories that happen through the wonderful sport of football. All right, I'm not done. Another dose of reality was seeing that the Jets are really a good football team, like I was saying earlier. A team that could have used all that attention instead of focusing on all the money, all the resources. Everything was focused on the attention of one player. But the league, the way the league is completely focused on selling the game through the quarterback position. They sell you Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence versus Patrick Mahomes. It's the best way to sell the game to you, so you'll get, oh man, I gotta watch this one. This is Mahomes going against Tua. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best way to sell the game. But the game is about the team, as I talk about all the time. all the time. All right, I'm not done. Josh Allen. Let's talk about Josh Allen on the other side. Josh Allen is the media's guy. The media tells you that Josh Allen is the guy that's nipping at Patrick Mahomes' heels. You know, he's the front face of Madden right now. He's one of the biggest names in football or whatnot. But the last 2 years, the Buffalo Bills, because of this guy, the Buffalo Bills have been Super Bowl favorites. Not us. Not the Cowboys. The Buffalo Bills have been Super Bowl favorites. If you find one article or one video of somebody of note saying that the Dallas Cowboys are going to go win the Super Bowl after we traded Amari Cooper, find one, because I know where I was at that moment. I know where you were at that moment. So find somebody to say, oh, they got rid of Amari, they're going to the Super Bowl. Ain't nobody said it. But by the end of the year, Stephen A. Smith and all the other clowns, I'm looking at one right now, that's Skip Bayless, he's on the TV right now. All those other clowns have convinced you that the Cowboys were a massive failure last year. They convinced you that the Cowboys were a massive failure because they didn't beat the best team in NFC. Looks like they still might be the best team in NFC because we didn't beat the best team in the NFC after losing our starting running back to a broken leg and becoming a completely one-dimensional offense. That's failure because of the jokes and the laughter and all the drama that they create or whatever. But in reality and narrative colliding. In reality, the Dallas Cowboys overachieved last year. And you should have been paying attention to that. I was. After I got caught up in that stuff last year. Of course I did. But when you do your research, you find out the Dallas Cowboys actually overachieved last year. In a lot of ways, we became a team last year. The defense went from here to here last year. There was a whole lot of things that happened last year. And it seemed like we made really good moves by getting rid of people that were dropping balls too much. We had a lot of drop balls yesterday still, which is... But in reality, we were a successful team last year after getting rid of Amari Cooper and dealing with the things that we had to deal with the wide receiver position. So why did they make the narrative of us being a massive failure? Because it pays. It pays. Trust me, I'm in the business. When we crash out and burn, the clicks go, I got to see what Shango says. Every single year. And during the year, I have a Dak filter in my mind because if I say Dak Prescott's name inside the craziest scenarios, just be in my bed dreaming and get up, just thinking up something to say about Dak Prescott, my views would be like, I'll go buy me another car or a boat or something. You know what I'm saying? If I was in love with money, I'd be milking the same cow that they're milking. But I just watch them do their work. I even have a Dak filter in my head to where I won't say his name. No, I first got that with a Romo. I had a Romo filter in my head. I wouldn't talk about Romo. But it's the same way with Dak. I refuse to talk about Dak because it brings unwanted attention. That's what I say. Even this video, I'm going to get somebody, look at the comments, just look through the comments. There's going to be somebody with that sucks, that can't read, that turnover machine. Something that that's a TV right there, that's why I point. That they say over and over and over again, and all you're doing is regurgitating information that's being put in your head. All right, so Josh Allen, a good percentage of Josh has been created by the NFL and media to generate income. Just what I was just saying. They just create this star quarterback. Unfortunately, my boy in Cincinnati, my spirit animal, Joe Burr, he's the same. if you go look at his path when he quote unquote carried his team to the Super Bowl, which everybody says at this point, if you look at reality, what really happened, you would see, oh no, the Cincinnati Bengals carried Joe Burr to the Super Bowl, especially in that Titans game when him and Tannehill was throwing more interceptions than Burr, and Burr wasn't getting any yards. He had to punt every time. If you look at the fourth quarter, it's like interception, punt, then field goal, and the field goal that Cincinnati got was off of Tennessee's Tannehill's interception. So if that's carrying your team to the Super Bowl, I don't know what it is. And trust me, if I was an NFL quarterback, I would be exactly what Joe Burr is. He is my favorite. I would walk in the game looking like him. I would be him. So I'm not dragging him in any way whatsoever. I love that dude. All right. So, and this is a little insight of what I'm saying a little bit. And I wouldn't give Joe that much money. Sorry. I love him, but not much money. But a little bit more insight is, look at how much NIL money Deion Sanders' son is making. It was $4 million before the Nebraska game. I don't know how much after he beat Nebraska is, because I know it's going up weekly. You know, the more they win, the more his NIL money is going to go up. So right now he's at $4 million, and I believe that's more than Dak Prescott. So just imagine how much money the teams and the NFL are making off of these star quarterbacks that they're creating. Lots of money. Just think about all the jerseys, all the stuff, all the drama, everything they're generating off of promoting this game through the quarterback position. So just to let you know, all this Dak talk and all that kind of stuff is for this. All those guys that talk Dak every day have brand new houses, brand new cars, and brand new stuff because of it. Trust me, I'm in the business. I see it. I see the analytics. I see the numbers here. I see it. So don't let them control you. There's two things going on in sports at all times. There's reality and there's narrative. Don't let the narrative take over, because that's all they do with the starter getting money. All right, guys. That's my rant. I'll talk about our matchup with the Jets tomorrow. But that's what my video is about. The NFL lost. The NFL lost because they bet a whole lot of money on a 38-year-old average quarterback because they like the story. All right, I'll let you. Peace.